It's meteorologist Mark Mullner, your host for the weather show, Weather Northeastern. Let's get right into the weather forecast. A very busy pattern, especially to start off the weekend in the Northeast and the East for that matter. Let's get right into precipitation totals across the country. Precipitation, take a look here. Out west, we're kind of toning it down a little bit, more spreading it out evenly as we get more systems moving in, and we will start to ridge a little bit out here come later next week. Now, back east here, yes, we're dealing with lots of unseasonably warm temperatures, and look at this heavy stripe of rain that will be moving across much of the Great Lakes into the Northeast. Let's get right into the pattern. We will still be dealing with some troughiness out west. That'll change next week into the middle of the latter portion of the week, but still through Saturday here and this early Sunday, we're still dealing with this ridge back east, and this will play into a very interesting scenario for Saturday. Let's get right into those snowfall totals. Now, take in mind, this goes from later Saturday night through Sunday into Monday. We will have some lake effects starting to stream off eastern Lake Ontario and another synoptic system moving in for Monday, which could spell some rain and snow mix and some snow here across the North Country. So we could pick up a couple inches, and in those snow belt areas, we could see 3 to 6 inches come later Sunday into early Monday. Let's get right into the ice totals. We're not looking at too much in the way of ice here. No sleet or freezing rain scenarios. Let's get right into the forecast, starting off with the all-important TGIF. Look at this. This is a really nice day if you have it off. Look at the 70s here across the Susquehanna River Valley, westward to the Alleghenies, Pittsburgh, Erie, Bradford, Warren, all the way across the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Allentown, Binghamton. All 70s here. We're really getting well into the 70s, come portions down towards DC, even the 80s. We're even eroding some of that colder air up here in northern New England. We're breaking out into the 50s and 60s, even across the Adirondacks into southern Ontario here, and enjoy it. Notice, though, across the northern Great Lakes into Ontario, we're dealing with elevated convection here. We could have some thunderstorms here across the New York State Thruway, from Syracuse over to Rochester, over to portions of London, Ontario, maybe even as far south as Erie, Pennsylvania. Could be having some thunderstorms move in as some overrunning goes on with this front as it moves in into your Saturday. This is the day I really want to focus on. Notice here in the red. Yes, this red does pronounce the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms with the possibility of damaging wind gusts. This front will move across western Pennsylvania come the early morning hours. Midday, portions of State College, Elmira up to Ithaca, Rochester, and Syracuse. Right around that noon point, Binghamton on eastward, east of Interstate 81, come 2 or 3 o'clock towards Scranton, and 5 o'clock towards Albany and portions of western New England. So that will be the leading edge. So many of your high temperatures here will occur early in the day. Strong thunderstorms possible, and then of course behind it we start to change to maybe some wet snowflakes mixed in with the rain showers. It'll take a little bit of cold air invection here to get some of that in because we'll be dealing with such a warm air mass out ahead of it here. But the main story will be possibility of some damaging wind in the strongest cells, the strongest convection, and I do expect some sort of a squall line type scenario here to develop, especially across Pennsylvania, most of Pennsylvania for that matter, Maryland, and maybe even the southern tier of New York, the southern tier counties, maybe as far north as the Finger Lakes here. North of that, the convection is more elevated, so there'll be less instability, so severe won't be as big of a factor, but there will be general wind gusts with this storm as well. Temperatures really getting into the 70s here back east, starting to cool off by late day, and look at this Sunday, we sweep it east, and lake effect starts kicking in, the streamers off Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, as I told you, maybe 3 to 6 inches north of Syracuse, south of Buffalo here in those favored snow belt areas. But as I said, the ground will be really warm from that recent snow melt and all those warm temperatures, so it'll be a little difficult to accumulate. But look at this, Monday we set up for another synoptic system moving across, maybe some overrunning. So take a look at the extended forecast outlook here for my southern tier of New York, upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York and northeast Pennsylvania. Look at this. Friday into Saturday. Friday, a very nice day, cracking 70 in many locations. Saturday, we have that rain and wind, thunderstorms between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Some could contain damaging winds over 60 miles per hour. At least 1 to 2 inches of rain likely into your Sunday. Look at that, dropping off a cliff. Low 30s for highs, windy, and into your Monday and Tuesday, chance of rain and snow showers. That's going to do it for this edition of Weather Northeastern.